Alright, so now we're applying proportions and percents to word problems, mainly involving sales and tax. So see how I have this set up here? A sale is when you pay less. So there's a couple of ways you could figure out what you end up paying on sale. If you have 25% off, how do you figure out the cost? Well, one way would be to find 25% and then subtract. So you find 25% and then subtract that off of the original price. The other way would be to calculate what do you end up paying. So normally it's 100% of the price, you minus 25, and that gives you 75% is what you end up paying. And then just find the 75%. Alright, so similarly with a tax problem, only you're paying more when you're taxed on something. So you could either find the 5% and then add that to the total price, or you can figure out how much you're paying in the end. Well, you're paying 100% plus 5 more percent tax, and that means you're paying 105% of the original price, and then you just find that. Alright, so let's do a few examples here. Coats on sale for 25% off the original price. Let's try the first way. So 25% of 75 would be 0.25, right? You multiply it as a decimal times 75, and that gives you 1875. All right. Then you have to subtract that from the original price. So 75 minus 1875 gives you 5625. And that's your final price. That's your sale price that you would pay. The other way to do it would have been to take 100 minus 25, and that gives you 75%, because it's 25% off. That's why I use 25 here. So you pay 75%. If you're paying 75%, then you can just calculate that on your price. So 75% times $75 equals $56.25. Alright, so that's the other way you could figure that out. Obviously, they both give you the same price. For tax, it's 5% in this case. So the first way would be to find 5% on 79. So 0.05 times 79. Don't forget to move that decimal 2 places, so you need that extra 0. If we just did 0.5, then that would actually be 50%. That'd be wrong. So 0.5 times 79 is $3.95. And then we can add that to $79. 79 plus $3.95 is $82.95. So that's our total ending price. So our second way, trying that again, would be 100 plus 5% equals 105% that we're paying. So moving the decimal twice to get it as a decimal, we do 1.05 times 79, and that gives us 82.95 again. Alright, so those are two different ways. Okay, so I want to briefly resolve these using Hartman's method, just so you guys get to see both. If you really like her way, you can go back and watch her other videos too. But if we want to pay 25%, 25 over 100 equals what out of $75? Alright, so then you can actually reduce this to make the multiplication easier. So we get 75 times 1 equals 4 times x. So you divide both by 4, and that gives you 18.75 equals x. So that is your discount price, and then you would do the 75 minus 1875 gives you 56.25. Doing it the other way, her way, so you figure out that you pay 75%, so you want to know what 75% of $75 is. So it'd be 75 over 100 equals what out of $75? So you can, again, reduce if possible, make the number crunching a little easier. So 3 times 75 equals 4x. Divide both by 4, so you get, what's 375 3 times 75 is 225 over 4 equals x, which gives you 5625 equals x. Alright, this is just an alternative way to solve these. Alright, you can certainly go with my method, and that's what I'll be doing for the remainder of the video. Alright, so as I said, I'm going to be solving these my way using the multiplying by percents as a decimal. So if a skateboard costs 89 bucks and you have 20% off, how much will you save? So this is really just asking for what money is being subtracted off of 89. What's the discount? So you would just make this into a decimal, move it twice, so we have 0.20 times 89, and that gives us 1780. So that's how much you save. If you wanted to know the total price, it'd be that off of 89. You're buying a pair of jeans for 65 bucks, and there's a sale going on in which you can choose if you want 10% off, or $10 off, or 25% off. So figure out what 25% of 65 is. 0.25 times 65, and that gives us 1625. Well, it would definitely be better to take 1625 off, right? Discount 25% of 1625 is better than $10. I'd rather subtract this off the total price. So I would choose the 25% off. Alright, now a pair of jeans were discounted 15%. If you paid $38.50 for them, what was the original price? Okay, so that means that whatever the original price was, first let's figure out how much we're paying. If that's 15%, 100 minus 15 is 85. So that means we actually ended up paying 85%. So 0.85 times the original price should give us our discounted price, which is $38.50. Well, now I have a one variable equation I can solve. So I divide both sides by 0.85, and I'm dividing by less than 1, so I'll get a number bigger than $38.50, which makes sense because it should have cost more at the beginning. So $45.29 is what that results to be. So that was the original price. Again, you could do this Mrs. Hartman's way too and figure out that $38.50 out of what is equal to 85 out of 100, so 85%. You'd cross multiply and get 85x equals 38.50. Divide both sides by 85, and you get x equals that number there. Alright, great. So now you have a couple of you-try problems. Alright, there was really like 4 problems here. Make sure you do them all. If you have any questions, then by all means be sure to ask them. And if you really watch this whole video, I want to see a little star right here on your you-try. Okay? So I want to see that. Alright, have a great day.